Okay, so this is part 4 of the newbright JK build. Here it is. It's together. Got the all the links mounted. Got the shocks fully on. That's quite okay. So what I did for the upper links, I got the 90-degree brackets from Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you want to get them. I've seen other people kind of do this and or buy a product that is pretty much the exact same thing. They have two holes here. You can make like picture frames or whatever you want to do with them. They have two holes here and then a hole here and a hole here. Well, these are very haggardly cut with a bolt cutters for time being. I will go in and round stuff off and make it all the right length. But I did this hole here was a factory hole that was in the axial frame. This one I did drill. Now, a thing that I did notice is that these holes aren't perfectly like centered with each other. So where they were going to be on the frame was going to be two different spots. So I kind of had to drill according to get everything to line up perfectly. But both axles are centered as good as I need them to be. I do have the rear pitched up just a little bit for a little bit more, pinion angle, so the drive shaft's not getting hit on everything because these links. I still need to make a servo plate because I'm going to mount it on the axle. I'm not going to do it on the frame because I don't want to have to worry about like a 3-link and a panhard. I'm just going to mount it on there because the body will fit it, or it will cover it. I mounted the T-case. Don't really mind that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. I notched out a piece over in of the plastic that goes into the frame rail. Now, I only have this mounted with 2 screws, only using these 2 holes. I didn't use these 2 bigger ones. So this part of the transfer case is tucked into the frame rail, and then these 2 bolts hold it on in the original spot. It's not going anywhere. It's on there. So the scale crawling that I'm going to do with this is going to have no issues with that at all. I did mount the body. I have posts here, but I have no body holes. There's no holes in the body at all. But I have these. I'll show you. In the back, I did mount through the floorboards of the JK. I figured nobody was going to see that anyway. I can put scale accessories around it to hide. I moved these back at around about 15 millimeters from this back hole to where it is now. The reason for that is where I needed it to sit. Because I was doing this mount, these came with the axial frame to mount, I guess, in these holes instead of putting it there. So that worked better for me. The body now sits on these and has holes in those. And on that note, I painted the body. I went white. Give it that stormtrooper look. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but it's black and white. I still have a bunch of paint work I want to do on the interior, do the gauges. Everything's just kind of tan right now. Not really a big fan of that. I did not fix the cracks. I procrastinated and I got too excited. So I will go back and fix that. But I did the black. I touched up all the stuff. We just did that with some model paint. I will be putting a spare tire. I do have the top. So the body mounts, don't mind all the overspray. This is probably going to get taken off. This is a piece of cutting board, and I did drill holes in it that are just a smidge smaller than the actual posts where the body pins usually go in. So the body posts go right up into this, and it's very snug. Like I said, for the amount of this isn't going to be like a basher crawler. This is going to be a scale crawler. So I'm not worried about it coming off during rollovers, I can pick the body up and it stays on. Later on, I may do something different. I might make this Velcro and actually glue these on here so the Velcro holds it. But I don't like having to line up Velcro. It's not that great. Maybe like really strong magnets. The rear just has the body posts going right through here, which, you know, they're pretty hidden. And I did trim down the roof a little bit so that way it can, you know, it snaps on, it snaps back off. So I can just do those, and I could put the roof on if I wanted to, so that way nobody sees those mounts. So I don't really think I did much other than that. Oh, well, on that I will put the body on. I'm not going to put the body mounts in, or the pins, but I do want to adjust the ride height a little bit. I think it's a little too high for the look that I'm going after. So I do need to do that. But everything fits really nice. Like the flares, you know, are perfect with the wheel wells, or with the tires. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted more of a perfect fitment than anything else. This thing has a lot of flex. This is gonna do absolutely no justice for what it really has, but you know, the tires will tuck in there so nicely, and it rubs just a tiny bit there. I said I worked really hard to just get this where everything's set just so even. And at full droop in the front, it does rub just a little bit there, which it doesn't actually catch anything and make it bounce. It does catch the bumper a little bit, and I will probably end up cutting this front bumper off anyway and doing something, maybe an axial bumper. I don't like to say it, it hurts. I'm sorry, axials, can't do it. I might make my own. I might make a rear one too. I do like how this one's kind of molded and it has like the stock look. But whatever, I'll just cut it off and make one or buy one. I'm not a big fan of buying stuff, but it's been known to happen. I do sometimes.